There we go. Perfect. Let me just change the settings on this real quick. You get my text?
No.
Ah, that's fine. Give me like 20 minutes and then we'll go back.
Did I ruin it?
No, there's nothing ruined. I'm just going to live stream the stocks real quick.
Oh, okay.
No,
Are you
nothing's
doing
ruined.
it now?
Yeah, I just read your text message. Just give me 20 minutes, babe. That's the wife. Always want your attention. Sunday, family time. We're going to get 20 minutes in, guys. We're going to get some stock review. I just want to review some stocks that I'm looking at, what I think is important, and you guys let me know. All right. So let's go through some stuff. As always, we always start off with the SPY. We go to the QQQ, we go to IWM, SMH, then we do the big Mag 7. All I ask is you hit that thumbs up, you like it, and you share this with somebody else if you feel like it has any value. If it doesn't, then don't share it. Here's the YouTube live stream on TikTok. I'm putting it for you guys as well if you want to get on the live stream on YouTube so you can see the entire screen. I'm going to see if I can just post that for you guys. I'm just going to put that comment in there for here. I'm trying to see if I can pin it. It doesn't look like I can, but that's there for you guys if you're interested. So be sure to check it out because the TikTok is a little rough. You just have the cell phone that's live streaming it. But on my YouTube, you can clearly see a lot more. So it's up to you guys. If you want to watch on TikTok, watch it on TikTok. If you want to watch on your laptop, so you can see both and talk to me on TikTok, you can do that as well. All right. All right, guys, so let's get into it. Let's start breaking out some stuff here. So let's just look at the SPY real quick. We started having some negative views on some of these stocks, and we're going to get into them like AVGO, etc. I made a good video on that, and that's posted on the YouTube channel. But for here, you'll see with the SPY, we are retesting highs at 690, but you have a clear double top right here, and it's kind of looking similar to kind of like what Microsoft did a little bit, where you have the top here and then another top here. Now at the end of the year, profit taking could happen. And if you just take a look at Microsoft, it just reminds me of a similar pattern that happened where you had this double top here. On the 1 year, it's easier to see. You had the double top here. So I'm wondering if SPY is starting to form like that, but it's still trading all-time highs. We will see. So levels to watch on the SPY is we have to get back above 690. To get back above 690 is not a big move, but it's definitely something we need to watch because right now you are trading in the zone of 675 and 690. If you don't get above 690, I think what we're going to start to see is the SPY starts to kind of fade back down to 675. That's a level that I would be watching. See if we get a bounce. You have clear consolidation in this area. Something to be watching for the SPY. When it comes to Qs, I think the most important thing that we really can focus on is coming up, which is going to be the semiconductors. I mean, look at the year performance. If you bought earlier in the year, you are up a generous amount trading at the top here. So definitely something you need to pay attention to when it comes to the Qs that, hey, if you're buying up here, small positions, follow your stop loss, and risk management is the key. That's what I'd be doing for this. So now looking here, we are trading at $612 per share on the Qs. And we had some major pullbacks in some big tech stocks. So I'm excited to go over that. $629 down to $612. We've been calling out this 612 level. It is really being tested right now. It looks like we're starting to fade. I think we're going to see some weakness over the next week. And I wouldn't be surprised if Qs starts trading below $612 with this massive red candle coming in right here. There's definitely a gap on the SPY that has to be filled. I agree with you on that. I just want to go back to the 672 that he's talking about. Let's just show everybody on the viewer here. This is your gap that needs to be filled, and it's something that you should be watching. This is the gap right here. So this could definitely be getting filled on the SPY. So pay attention to that. With the Qs, the gap kind of is filling, but 610 to 611 is your choke point. If this breaks, you can go all the way down to 582. So you probably got to retest at 600, but I definitely would be checking that out. All right. So looking here, we have that for the Qs. Let's go over SMH. That is the semiconductor ETF. This is very interesting because you have massive pullbacks coming in. And, this is why some people shouldn't trade normal stocks, because some of the other stocks that we're going to go through have pulled back massively. 375 down to 353 on SMH is only a 5% pullback, whereas we've had some stocks dropping as much as 15% in a day, and we're going to hit those soon. So looking here, SMH, very clear. There is a clear line in the sand that needs to hold, and it is that 350. 350 is your magic number this week for SMH. I would not be surprised if we get a bounce there. You have support here. We'll go over other stocks that support it. You have multiple resistance points that used to be support. Now it is testing it right here this week. Most likely it is going to test 350. And I just want to hit on the small cap here. IWM, the Russell 2000. Looking at this, 258 down to 253. Very bullish on small cap stocks. And look at this massive move up to 258, pulled back. And now looking on the 1 month chart, we're going to be testing 250. So $250, I would be watching this level right here on this. And now, if you do not hold this level, then we're going to start to make moves lower. I wouldn't say that it's not going to hold. I definitely think our small cap stocks can hold, but ultimately I think the overall market looks very weak and is looking for a reason to sell off. Let's start off with AVGO as our first stock. I want to get into the semiconductors that are selling off. I made a video on this. Please check it out on the YouTube channel. I just posted it. I'm going to post it in the live stream for you guys as well before I review it, because you guys should watch this video. It goes over their earnings report that I made, and it goes through entry and exits for it. And I think there's a lot with this video that could offer you some knowledge. So definitely like it, subscribe, and do all that. Let's see here. So I'm just going to post it here in the TikTok. There's the YouTube for you guys. And then let's put in the live stream as well. We'll put it there. Okay, good. So now they're both there. All right. So looking at AVGO, this is SMH ETF, part of it, right? Massive pullback. We said 5%, right? If you look at AVGO though, 415 all the way down here, it's pulled back 15%. 355, 357, about 15%. So definitely something to be watching there. I would definitely be cautious. I look at this as a potential buying opportunity. Am I going all in? No, obviously not. But if you guys that are part of my WAP, you guys know I'm going to manage this up to probably like a 6% position. I like the ROI potential entering 2026. I want to see, I'm being a little greedy. I day traded this the other day, made $8,000 on it. I want to see, can I get a swing position on this? But can I get it a little lower? Not 357. Can I get down to 350s? Anything below 350s, I'm going to start probably buying AVGO. And let's see what we can do for 2026. See if this will play out right for us. They're very tied to OpenAI. So it's a very interesting opportunity. But you have to be realistic here. 2 days ago, this was trading at 424 down to 355. If it does not bounce after a 16% pullback, I would be very surprised, to be honest. So it's definitely something I will be watching. I'm hoping we get a little more blood on Monday. And with the uncertainty that's going on right now, this is definitely offering an opportunity on AVGO. Let's move over now to Microsoft. Microsoft, we had these double top at 560, double top 560. And what have we done? We have rejected. And now that we've sold off here, now that we've sold off on Microsoft, it's very interesting to see that when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, we sold off here. 490 was the retest, and then it broke through, retested 490, failed again, retested 490 again, and failed. I do believe that Microsoft potentially has a lower high coming in the near future. Looking at the 6-month chart right here, you can see that we may potentially here start going lower. So I would watch out for this level. And if we do go lower, it's clear as day, $450 would be a nice support. And I just want to give you some perspective on Microsoft. If you look at Microsoft, we're going to get rid of these double top, all this stuff, because it looks a little blurry. But if you look here, it is trading at the top of this channel. So Microsoft's trading at the top of this channel up here. And what we're doing here is if we pull back to 450, it goes right to our yellow line, which could be support. So if you're looking at dollar cost average into big boys and you just, chipping in, not as much, not big positions, that makes sense. If you're looking for options, I'd be waiting to see, are we going to break this 467, pull back to 450 range? Interesting play there. We'll have to play it out and we'll discuss it further in the WAP when that time comes. That's Microsoft for you. We're going to move over to Tesla. Now, the market's been shaky, but Tesla's got robotics next year. They have their autonomous vehicles, ton of positive news with them. And we are up over 100% on these guys, which is nice. We're sitting in the driver's seat watching, waiting for a breakout over $470 per share. Looking at the 3-month chart, it's very clear you have resistance at 480 is going to be tough to get past, but we can try. Let's see what happens there. If we reject it again, and then we just made a lower high. It's got to get above this 460. We need a catalyst. I think they have something coming up. I don't know if it's earnings or car deliveries, but you have to pay attention to this. Tesla is very interesting. If it can break above this 470, maybe we can break through that 480. But in the meantime, I'd be looking for rejections moving into this level until it proves to you that it wants to get above that on Tesla stock. Apple stock is kind of trading at the top of the channel. Not interesting to me. Just hold shares, call it a day. Apple's one of those stocks I kind of just buy and hold. I don't exactly tend to try to day trade Apple. I just cannot do it. I just don't have good success. I always lose money on Apple, so I just buy and hold them long term. Moving forward, let's move over to Google stock. Going over to Google. Google is a very interesting stock. It blasted up. We called this out in April. We have shares at 160. We're trading at the moon at 328, but it looks like we're finally getting pullbacks here. I thought we were going to potentially break higher here, but we've been consolidating. Maybe $300. I wouldn't be so excited to just jump in on this and try to get in there. So at the end of the day, I'm just continuing to watch Google right there. Next stock that we're going to look over is NVIDIA. NVIDIA, part of the Mag 7. Looking at the 1-year chart here. Right here, 195. In between 170 and 195 is your zone. I'm going to make it very clear for you guys. You can see right here, 170 all the way up to 195. Zooming in on the 6-month chart now, we can see if we do break lower lows at 175, just keep an eye and see what happens at 170 when it gets that retest. That is something that I would pay attention to. So check out that level there. If you're trying to get on a shorter time frame on this, I would just be patient. Let's see what it does when it approaches that level. MU stock, another semiconductor, just had their earnings. They are obviously rejected for 264 to to 240. But it doesn't mean all is over. I mean, if you just look at MU, I mean, they rode up year to date. They rode up over 100%. So it's okay. I'd be patient. I wouldn't be trading MU and just go from there looking for this. If you're looking for 225, I could see that potentially being a level that would be interesting. But for now, I would stay away in that aspect as well. If you're looking to get growth stocks, you can always just go with SCHG and look to trade that and just buy exactly all of those. Let's break down now the 4 crypto. Oh, sorry, where's Oracle stock? Oracle's next, and then we'll go over the 4 cryptos. So if you look at Oracle stock, I made a video on this. It's been very interesting to see. Is this something we should, be investing in? I still have not bought any yet when it comes down to Oracle now. When I'm looking at Oracle stock, I do see we have the 189. But look at this huge gap that could be filled. If 185 breaks, we can go all the way down to 133. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, obviously, but this is where we traded for the longest time. If you can see, we traded as high as 196, but basically in the zone of 130 to 196 for months. So if you look, you had resistance, rejection, rejection. If we do break this level, and after that earnings report and after all of the OpenAI investment that it's tied to, this could easily break. So that's why I haven't really been buying Oracle. I've been just watching it. I'm a little afraid. I feel like this is the risk to reward is not worth it. If it breaks, I really feel like we could pull back another 20 to 25%. If we do get that bounce, go with a lighter position. Keep your stop loss way below. Keep your stop loss at like 184, 183 if it breaks that low. You could be looking at a move potentially back to 200 for a 15% move, but you got to keep that nice and tight. All right, so that's what I would do at Oracle. Let's break down XRP. You guys know I hold this long-term in the Gemini crypto portfolio. Just go on the YouTube channel under the links if you want the referral code to get 50 bucks. So if we break 198 is a huge gap when it comes to XRP. This is crypto. You could be headed back down to $1. So definitely something to be in mind. I would say 125 to 130 when it comes to that. Let's go over Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin offers a lot of opportunity. I think we are going to see a gap fill on this coming very shortly. It's trading at currently 88,000, and we drew this out last week, and I was like, let's see if it can start to hold this, and it's already breaking. So it's starting to break here. I think potentially maybe end of year, can we get our target goal where we actually start chipping in a little bit, which is 75,000 on Bitcoin? That's really what it would look like, So we're looking at Bitcoin. I want to see if we get a pullback to about 70,000, 75,000. That would be very interesting. Going to Solana here. Solana, very interesting as well. $110. I will be a proud owner of Solana. I do feel like when you go on the 4-hour time frame chart, you can see that we are starting to form a base at this 121. But I think what's going to happen here is potentially same thing with Bitcoin. It was just trying to trail up above here, and then it starts to sell off lower, and I'm waiting for 110. I would love to see it crash. That would be fantastic. Looking at Ethereum, I've been loading the boat, but I also still think at 3,000, I don't feel 100% safe, but it's a long-term hold. You are trying to hold this right here. It looks a little upwards in terms of a bear flag, but it's trading within this channel. So as long as it stays in this channel, that's okay. But we have to wait and see, are we going to get this level here? If we pull back, I do think that we could pull back to 2,400. I still have that claim that I think we have potential here to pull back on Ethereum to at least $2,500 per share, maybe even potentially $2,300 per share. All right. So definitely be cautious when you are trading Ethereum. Yeah, XRP we just reviewed. We're just worried about that $1.98. I'll just bring it up for you real quick so you can see. $1.98 looks like it's about to break. And if Bitcoin gets weaker, you know that this is going to go down. So definitely something for you to pay attention to, okay? All right. So looking at that, there we go. Next, let's move over some other stocks that I've been calling this, guys. I hope that you guys watch this channel. I've been calling out Chipotle. You guys better have made some damn money on this because I literally called this out at $30 per share. We were watching it. Once it broke above this $30 per share, boom, retest 33, started going a little bit trailing, and then boom, making higher highs up to 36. That is something that I would be watching now that we've made this move on Chipotle a little bit higher. I hope you guys have been buying this when we were talking about it. Now, if you're looking to get back in this, easy stop loss. See if you get a pullback back to $35. If it doesn't hold that level, call that your stop loss on it. Definitely be cautious of that because you still have this gap fill on Chipotle that needs to be filled. So this gap fill up to $38 is definitely still in the game right now. So be aware, you know, they're buying back 1.8 billion. That's what I'm looking for right now. So that was an excellent play. I'm happy we had that. We've been reviewing that for you guys. Let's go over Hood stock, going over Robinhood stock. Now, when you look at Robinhood as a whole in the last year, you have to be realistic here. It has went from $35, just to give you perspective, $35 all the way up to $153. All the way up here, that's a 240% return on Hood. If you are buying up here, you need to have a stop loss. I like everything that they're doing with their platform. I think they're really implementing everything really well. But does it justify this price tag? I think that's just what you have to ask yourself. For me, it doesn't. If you're looking for a strict trade on this, I do believe at 110 or always $100, your half dollar, whole dollar psychological support level is where you could be looking with this. But you want to see higher highs. Right now, what I see is I see 153 as a high, made a lower high at 148, and now we've just made a lower high at 137. And when you just draw it, it is rejecting right there. It is forming this wedge. I have a feeling that Robinhood is going to form a wedge right here. This is like what I'm looking at when it comes to Hood. And we are pretty much trading within this range of 110 to 153 and just kind of ping pong balling it right here like this, trading in that zone. And there's your wedge. So let's see what it does. Let's keep an eye on it. Let's find out what it will do at this level for Hood. All right. So I don't recommend buying. Obviously, you got to make your own advice, guys. Make your own damn decisions. But here we go. When it comes to Hood, I think we're just trading in this wedge. Let it prove to you what it's doing first. All right. Guys, Meta stock, if you follow my channel, you would have bought below 600 on this and you'd already be up 50 points. I don't know about you guys if you took profits, but we called this level out. I want to bring it out on the 5-year chart. This was a no-brainer. You literally, I was accumulating shares. If you're part of the WAP, you know I've been buying shares. I bought some in another account as well. We had this bounce right here, and then we had that additional bounce right here. So 511 and then boom, 594 right under here is where I was buying. That was a load the boat moment. Do I think like you should be holding it long term? No, I think it's just a trade, to be honest. Now that you know you bounced off that 580, we had that nice push. And people say they can't make money because it's too expensive. I think that's complete BS. You had a 16% move and it only took 1 month. So even if you could only buy $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, you're still making 16% in less than, let's see here, that was November 21st all the way up to here, which is 12/5. So if you think about that, I'm 1 month, you know, not even 2 weeks. So if you're looking at Meta, I feel like the move already happened. You know, we already bought down here, the guys that were following. We have members in the WAP too. Everybody saw the trade. Now when it comes down to it, we got to see what it does here. Is it going to hold this 636? That's really the question. Will it hold this level? So we got to be cautious. We got to watch this level. I think this is kind of a fine line in the sand here. Looking at when it comes looking to Meta, I do think 630 will kind of be like your level where you're going to see. And I use this level because I'm going to pull it over a little bit for you. You were having consolidation in this level. You were having consolidation around 635 to about 640. And then what happened was it reconfirmed it right here. It broke above to 642, pulled back, and look at all these thin wicks from 632 to 635. I think that's why. And then consolidation pushed up another 20 points right there. I think that is a fair level to say, okay, this is the zone we're trading in, 635 up to about 675. I was looking at puts based on the movement on Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, I really think puts make sense. But if you're looking for puts, I'm kind of hoping that we can get that pullback from 643. We break down, let's say we break through 635. Hopefully we get some red coming in. And then where do I want to enter my puts? When we get that retest of 635. I'm not buying puts until I see that and then a further push lower. That's what I'd be looking for. We'd have to see what's going on. But let the trade come to you. Let the targets come to you. You know, don't try to predict it. Let it see what's happening and then go for the move. That's kind of how I would do it. But obviously, you guys do it how you want to do it, obviously. I want to see if there's any stocks that I'm missing, and then we'll take a few moments just to go through a few of your stocks. I was already reviewing some of yours on TikTok. I do see your comments. I appreciate you hitting the thumbs up, the like button. And all I ask for in exchange, guys, is please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're at 3,000. We're at 6,000 subscribers now. I will post the link in TikTok for the YouTube channel. If you want to, you can click on it and you can subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. It helps with the algorithm. SoFi Technologies, looking at SoFi here. SoFi, we know that we have a clear bottom at $25. I mean, SoFi is a clear bottom at $25. You had these retests here, right there, 25, boom, 25, boom, 25, went as low as 23.50. Now you know that's your line in the sand for your stop loss. Make your trading very simple. You know, make it simple. Keep your stop loss there. If you're going to be buying at $27 per share, you know you're risking about 8 to 10% on this trade. I can tell you that it doesn't matter what computer you trade on. I trade with a MacBook Pro. I'm up over 130,000 this year day trading. You can see it in my last video that I made. And when you overall look at it, if you're smart and you're not trading like actively like super, I scalp on Fidelity. But if you're using like, I would say like brokers, that platform, you interactive brokers, or using something where you need like high power on the computer where you're going in and out, left and right, just with hotkeys, then maybe it makes sense to have a faster computer. But for my purposes, it doesn't. Like AVGO, for example, just to get off on a tangent real quick. This is what I made $8,000 on. I was literally scalping this AVGO on these moves all the way down and then playing the bounces up. And I scalped 8 to 9 points on it. So it's just something to think about. That's how it goes. I don't think if you're a beginner, you don't need a fancy computer. I'm proving it right here. This MacBook Pro is like 4 years old, 5 years old, and it does just the trick for me. So just to give you a little heads up on that, okay? All right, let's see. What are the comments? I'm just looking for stocks, guys. Bring up stocks that you want reviewed. We've already reviewed Meta. We've done Hood. We've done XRP. If I reviewed it, I have the live stream on YouTube. You can just go back and look for it. We reviewed Oracle. We're going to give this another 10 minutes, and then we're going to end the live stream. And you guys can always, if you want to directly chat with me, you can always just join the WAP. But for now, we always do these Sunday stock reviews. We always want to include everybody. I know not everybody wants to pay $5 or $10 a month to directly chat with me and everybody else that's in it. For now, I'm just going to I'll include the 25% off within the WAP if you guys join. It's $7.50 a month for you guys. All right. It's just a monthly fee that you pay and you get access. All right, here we go. So this is Alibaba here. Alibaba, guys, this is a stock that I bought earlier in the year, and I'm kind of kicking myself for it because I bought them around $70 to $80 and I didn't buy enough of them. And I didn't even sell them. You know, I was up like maybe $1,000, $2,000 on it in the YouTube portfolio. And, you know, I just continue to hold it. Am I going to add? I'm still not going to add. I'm waiting for pullbacks. I'm waiting for pullbacks to this $130 level. I'm just waiting for these levels to get hit. on the 130. That's it. And that's what I'm waiting for when it comes to Alibaba. Because if you're being honest with yourself, what direction is this going to go in? Nobody has any idea. And if you had any idea, it doesn't make any sense. How could you figure out where this stock is going to go just looking at it? It's in a downtrend. It's consolidating right here. Right now, we just have to be patient. And if you want to play it by the levels here, if 150 breaks, we are headed lower. And that's kind of how I feel when it comes to Alibaba. Is the whole market overbought? I think what's happening right now is I think that tech stocks, especially semiconductor stocks, are starting to get hit because now they're throwing in, prove to me that this AI actually makes money. And that's why you're seeing moves with AVGO pulling back so much. So is it part of it? Is it risky? Of course it is. So, you just have to follow your stock levels and then go from there. Let's review 3 more stocks. Then we're going to end the live stream, guys. Please hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you tuning in. Let me know which stocks you want me to review and we will do it. So I'm just waiting for you to post in the TikTok or the YouTube live stream and we will go from there. I'm not sure what this is, but we'll review it. SLV. Oh, silver. Oh, silver. Yeah. So silver is interesting because they're saying it's pulling back. It's pulling back. It's only $58 pulling back to 56. I honestly think silver is going to go up over time, but right now it's a little at the highs. I mean, you look at this at the max, it's at the moon right now. But anytime anything goes above and it broke its previous high, this is where you can start to have moves go parabolic on you, which is nice. And looking at SLV, the iShares Silver Trust, let me just put this up so if somebody else joins, they can see what the heck we are even talking about. Let's put the text right here. They can see it is SLV. If you're trading this, I would just make sure that you are going to continue to hold this $55 per share. Use this as your line in the sand if you're going to keep trying to go deeper on this and trying to push higher on this, all right? Guys, APLD is something that I am watching. I am very interested in APLD. But right now on the 1-year chart, I'm sorry, guys, on the 6-month chart, we are clearly rejecting this $30. I look at this as a short position opportunity. I would love to see, we already had the move, which kind of sucks. You already had this consolidation at $30, and then we started selling off. Where is it going to go lower? I'm not sure, but what I want to do is wait for any pop on APLD and then short it and go lower or buy puts. So look for push back up to $29, $30 and then push lower. If we don't get that, you could say consolidation where? To what, $25? But nobody knows. We have to see what happens when it hits $25.50 when it comes down to here. Amazon is probably one of the safest stocks long term. They are invested in everything. I think Google and Amazon are stocks that I would never sell pretty much. I would continuously buy them on dips. But even looking at Amazon, I would wait and be patient. We're trading at 226. I want to see, do we go lower to about $215 per share? I'd be looking for that. Then I would be interested. All right. Let's go over CrowdStrike. I think that's what it is. Or is this CoreWeave? CoreWeave. CoreWeave stock. So CoreWeave stock, this is another example of data centers that got pumped to the moon. And now they show that it's very difficult to make money and the revenue is not there. I would love to see CoreWeave go back to $50 per share and see this thing continuously sell off. I don't think CoreWeave is going to bounce. I'll be honest. They're going to have to start making some money and revenue. That's what comes down to these guys. Do I think they have a better shot than most? They definitely have a chance, of course. But at the end of the day, CoreWeave needs to prove itself. This is CoreWeave stocks, ticker symbol CRWV. I think if you're trading it, you just need to watch. We are trading currently in this zone right now. So if you're making your day trades, I would be using $67 as your stop loss. And then at highs of $100, you're trading within that window. Let's go over NBIS, then 2 more stocks. We'll end the live stream. Appreciate you guys being so active in the chat. Guys, looking here at the 6-month chart here on NBIS. NBIS, I do like long term. If I could pick one data center company, this would be it. Would be NBIS. I want to see pullbacks to $76 per share, but you need to have a very strong stomach because we were trading with this $84 all the way up to $100, and then we rejected. We broke this channel. And now we're about to retest $78 per share. If we do break $78 per share, we are definitely headed lower, because this is all I see is this new zone from 78 down to $50 per share. So I definitely would keep that in mind. That $78 per share is your line in the sand for a stop loss. If you are holding this, if you were one of those guys that bought up here at 141, 136, and now you're dollar cost averaging, or you're still trying to figure out what to do, just cut your loss below $80. Because if you break $80, you are headed to this zone down here. This zone is from $80 to $50. That's what I would be doing if I was holding shares of NBIS. Just looking through your chart here. Oh, I'm going to say APLD, inverse head and shoulders. I agree with APLD. I think that's going... Oh, are you saying inverse? I just want to take a quick look, because maybe I overlooked it. I'm not sure. Oh, I guess... I think you're thinking to the downside, because I think what you're thinking... I mean, I could be wrong, but... Unless you're saying this is the head, this is the arm, and then you're saying that this is the right shoulder, and then on this is APLD stock, guys, and then it's just gonna start drifting lower. I think that's what you're looking down to $20. Let's go over target. I didn't miss you say when. Let's go over target. Target on the 5-year chart, guys. I love this. This is so easy for you to make an easy day trade. Swing trade on this, honestly, is really where it's at. It had its support in the past at $78. What is it trying to do now? It is trying to hold this level. If it can break above $100 per share, I think this is a very interesting play. Let's just say 98, because you have previous resistance at $98 per share. If we can get above $98 per share, we are looking at call opportunities here. Get above, retest, boom, go higher. If that move doesn't work, you know you have resistance at 98.25. Rejection here, push lower. That's what I would be looking for when it comes to that. Guys, PayPal is a tough stock. I feel like PayPal... I don't know. I look at PayPal and I always tell myself I'm going to buy this stock, and I just never do, because I look at this move from 309, traded all the way down. Will it recover? You have to remember, not all stocks recover. PayPal, I like that. We should call PayPal PayPal from now on, because I think that is definitely more accurate when it comes down to it. 100%. PayPal is a tough stock, and I don't blame people. So looking at PayPal, 6 months, if you're looking for short opportunities, clear as day, $67 per share has been support again, then rejected. And now what are we going to do here? We got to see if we break the low of 57.50. I feel bad for anybody that has PayPal, but maybe I'll be correct. Maybe in the future we'll be all right. But right now, I still don't even buy shares, and it's only like 50, 60 bucks a share. This is Upstart. I honestly don't know anything about this company really, besides obviously what it is. So when it comes to Netflix, let's do Netflix, guys. I'm skipping Upstart. Netflix is more important, guys. Be patient with this. Be very patient. We were trading with this trend channel on the 5-year chart from we'll just say 3 years, because we're entering 2026. If you see here, 2022 all the way up 4 years right here. We were going up this. Now we've broken this. And now they're trying to make this massive acquisition company with Warner Bros, right? So now I thought, hey, it's going to bounce here, it bounced here, it bounced here. It's going to work. But no, look, it completely rejected. It broke the $100. It's going lower. So let's be cautious. Let's let Netflix bleed. Let it bleed. That's okay. If we can get this lower, that is a great buying opportunity. Now, anybody can draw this out, but if you look at this, $82 to $83 is really where your next support will be. You've had lines in the sand that have broken through. And I just want to show you, looking at the 6-month chart, if you pull back to that $83 per share, it's only at 11 to 10% pullback. For me, I would be happy, start dollar cost averaging in when I see other lines that I've had other areas of support, and we'll see where it goes from there. Nothing wrong with that. Let me see here. All right, guys, last stock, and then I'm going to end it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. What stock should we review? I'm going to post some links to the YouTube channel, post some links to the WAP. If you want to join, that's fine. I'm going to buy some calls all the way down on Netflix. I like that. I'll be back over 100 at some point. Yeah, it depends how long your expirations are going to be, though. That's what you got to pay attention to, though. So if you're going to buy options on this, you got to make sure he's banking on the fact that Netflix is going to get a retest back to 100. So what move does he need? It depends on the expiration that he's choosing, but he needs a 5% move back up. I would assume that you are going to need at least 6 to 12 months for this move, especially if you get some downside for over the next month. You want to give yourself some wiggle room. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Definitely be sure to check out the WAP. I'm just going to include the discount for you guys, $750 a month if you want to join. What do I include? It's just so you can directly chat with me and everybody else that's in it. We have over 20 members in it. That's it. I don't really do a daily percentage goal. I mean, I traded AVGO yesterday. I made $8,000. And I want to show you guys. I'll show you on the Fidelity account just so you guys can see. We're up over 53% on the year day trading in this one account, which is awesome. So let me bring that up for you guys so you can see, which is pretty cool. Let's bring this up. You know, it's been a good ride. You gotta, you have to focus on your day trades, focus on your long-term portfolio. We always review that. Oh, actually, we're up 57% year to date. That's pretty cool. Okay, nice. So I gotta zoom this in because there's like so much freaking. Let's take a look at this real quick for you guys. I just want you guys to see this. So this will show you. Look at this, guys. Look at that. We're up 57% year-to-date day trading. Freaking awesome, man. 57%. That's sick. I thought I was only up 53%. So people are shooting for 8% a year with the S&P 500. And for me, that's great success. I'm very happy. Beautiful, beautiful move right there. How can you beat that? 53%, 57% in a year right there, which is awesome. Yeah, we have a Discord, but it's not as active. I'll send you that link too. The Discord just includes all the free stuff, but the thing with the Discord is you do get the voice chat. So it does allow you to voice chat on Wednesdays with me, and you could even voice chat with me on a weekend if I'm reviewing stocks, but I kind of like to leave it to everybody on TikTok to join. But that's kind of what we go. Yeah, I know the AVGO puts, ooh, that would have been incredible. But I actually went long on them and made money. So I was the only guy trying to support this. I was trying to support retail here. I got retails back. I'm trying to hold it up on my own. I have caught myself in 3 inverse trades and I mean, that's kind of how it goes, man. I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you do your best, and as long as you can, not blow up your account, you'll be all right. And then I'm just going to I'll put the Discord in there if you want to join the Discord. But the Discord is not as active. Where you get everything is really through the WAP. That's really the best way to do it. And I'm sure there's members on this TikTok that are within the WAP as well watching. But I'm just going to include this last one. We'll include this one for you guys. And then we're going to end the stream in 2 minutes. That checkout stream right there is the WAP if you want to join. I'll even give you the discounted rate just for you. But all right, guys, I appreciate you guys joining. And always keep an eye out. On Wednesday, I'm going to do a live stream. So we'll do a live stream on Wednesday. We'll trade the market together for the first hour. And then also every Saturday or Sunday, one of those days, whenever there's some free time, I will definitely be reviewing the stocks as always, and we can go over that. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please hit the heart. Please hit the thumbs up. And please follow the YouTube channel, if anything. If you don't want to join and become a member, that's totally fine. I get it. But please at least subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm posting that link for you guys. That's all I ask. And And then let me just end this live stream on the YouTube.